You're live, it says.
You're live.
I have Quietgirl with me.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. So, yeah, Karen, can I say your name?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Karen has agreed to help me walk through this process of starting to deal with my other big, huge, humongo addiction, which is shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're going to get into it. But first, I'm going to read from Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. And September 28th thing is Love Without Strings. Practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. Huh?
Exactly.
Sponsorship held two surprises for me. First, that my sponsees cared about me. What I had thought was gratitude was more like love. They wanted me to be happy, to grow, and remain sober. Knowing how they felt kept me from drinking more than once. Second, I discovered that I was able to love someone else responsibly, with respectful and genuine concern for that person's growth. Before that time, I had thought that my ability to care sincerely about another's well being had atrophied from lack of use. To learn that I can love without greed or anxiety has been one of the deepest gifts of the program. Deepest gifts the program has given me. Gratitude, that gift has kept me sober many times. It's good stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, we were just talking about it, and you were asking me, how bad is it?
How bad is it?
Just in the last week, I have done a Temu order either every other day or every couple of days. Before that, it was like one a month, you know.
All right.
I
Yeah.
mean, yes, I'm trying to get my studio put together and all that stuff, but I know the truth. I got to deal with this.
Yeah, you definitely do. And the thing with a shopping addiction is that it's too easy anymore.
Yep.
Now, there are ways that you can confront it and you can deal with it, which is one thing is, and a doctor told me how to actually deal with it a lot easier, which is what you want to do is go shopping in Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's going to sound a little weird, but if you shop in Amazon, you just keep putting things in your cart that you want.
Yeah.
This does not mean that we buy.
Right.
When you're done shopping in Amazon, you put everything and you save it in your cart.
Yeah.
Then you go back, and as you go back through what you put in your cart, whether it be through a manic time, a depressed time, or whatever, you're able to take those things out and go, I really don't want that.
Yeah.
I really don't want that.
Yeah.
I really don't want that. It's kind of a hypersensory thing that I dealt with him, which was you go and you put everything in your cart. You leave it there. You just leave it there.
Yeah.
And then each time you go, you're able to go one piece at a time and go through it, because what your depressed brain or your manic brain might be telling you at that moment is, I need this now.
Yeah.
But realistically, if you leave that alone and you don't look at what's in your shopping cart for a week, but you've saved a ton of stuff, you'll go back into it, whether it's Amazon or Temu or any of them, you'll go back to it within a week. So give yourself an allotted week program where in that allotted week, all you're going to be doing is putting stuff in my cart.
Okay.
Okay? And then at the end of that week, sort through the cart, get rid of everything you don't want.
Okay.
Then you can accumulate your cart again the following week. then take everything out that you really don't want. This way you're able to actually think about your purchase prior to making your purchase. Instead of making a spontaneous reaction, you're able to make a well thought out reaction.
Yeah. Well,
It's the same way with it.
Oh, sorry.
It runs the same. It runs the same way with sobriety.
I have been doing that in my Amazon, but I've been doing that with my Temu too. I'll put stuff in and I'll just let it sit there, and I'll go back 2 or 3 days later when I think I need something. I think I'll look for it on Temu, and I'll put it in the cart, and then I'll go away, and
Right. And then in the meantime, you have to pray that it runs out.
What runs out? Oh, the thing that I want?
Yeah, like it's sold out.
Yeah.
And then it goes into a holding pattern. And then you have a ton of stuff in a holding pattern, and you start to feel a lot better because now I don't need to make the decision. Do I want it? Don't I want it?
That's true.
And when it comes back in, you're able to make a well-educated, well-informed decision on how you want to spend your money.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I know what that shopping addiction feels like.
Oh yeah. It's a dopamine hit, just like any other.
I spent $450 one day, within one day, between 2 Goodwills.
Woo!
Now, what could I have wanted for $450 from 2 Goodwills?
Sure.
I don't even have a clue right now.
And that's something. Yeah. Yeah.
And these are things that you have to think about and put together.
Yeah. And the thing that I've kind of been doing is I've been doing a lot of last hurrahs kind of thing, because I know I gotta curb it. I got
Well, what's the last hurrah?
As in one last spree before we have to go into austerity mode.
There's never going to be one last spree. There's always going to be another. It's like your one last drink. There's always going to be another.
That's
the only
right.
thing you can do is not drink anymore. And the only other option with shopping is you can't shop anymore.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. You always need things.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah. Yeah. Shopping isn't quite like a food addiction, because you don't need it to live, but you do need to shop to live,
Right, exactly. And I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've been dangerous with a credit card.
Yeah, I have too.
And, you can kill your credit, you just buy to buy.
Yeah.
And it's a high, and you can bring it home, hold on to the receipt, and then when you hold on to the receipt, you can actually turn around and go and leave it for a week or find the return policy. How many days do I have to look at this?
Yeah.
And if it's a 7-day return, then you go back, keep it in the bag, take it out of the bag, look at it again, go, I really don't want this, and you return it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of logistical ways that it can be handled, and you're not going to be alone doing it.
Right on. Yeah. I told my husband today that I was going to start journaling about it.
I think, journaling about it, talking about it, being honest about it, being as open with yourself of what your needs are.
Yeah.
Whether it is, do I really need X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really love those jeans.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If they're not here next week when I come in my size, then I'm not supposed to have them. And that's the way I pretty much shop now.
Right on.
Like, if I see something and I really love it, well, it's in my size and there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
And I go back the following week to go buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not there. I wasn't meant to own it.
Right on.
Even though I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did that with a pair of sneakers. I mean, as silly as it sounds, I wanted these sneakers really, really bad, and I couldn't afford them. And it was like 2 weeks later, and my mom said, you know, I want to go out and get your parents new sneakers. And I was like, okay, whatever, you know. And she went, what ones do you want? And I told her, and we went to the store, and they put them back in stock, and nobody had touched them, obviously, since I had been in there, but they hid them. And I went, if these were not meant to be found by me, then who were they meant to be found by?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So they were meant to be mine, and I bought them, and I'm happy. And I honestly think that's like the last real thing I bought myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
It's
on.
just a matter of how you want to perceive the whole situation. If you want to just go in and put a ton of stuff in your cart and make yourself really, really happy.
Yeah.
And I have all this in my cart right now. And then walk out of the store.
Right on. Oh, now that's something new I hadn't tried.
Yeah, you can fill your cart up with a bunch of stuff. And I mean, make it like, I'm going to buy this. And when you make it like you're going to buy it and you're going to use it and you want it, then you make yourself walk away from the whole shooting match.
Huh. Okay.
Get back in your car, and you can go to as many stores as you want to go to and do the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Nobody's going to argue with you, but the people restocking the shelves.
Yeah.
You know,
retail people would hate that, but
right. But it's
you know, I can't just walk
therapy.
away. I'm gonna have to. I would have to push everything and put it back on where I got it from. I just my OCD will not allow that.
Well, you can do this and say to yourself, okay, now I need to put everything back to where it was, and walk out of the store.
Right on.
And drive away. Not get back out of your car with your credit card and go back and put everything in the cart and then go through the shopping line, and then you have a whole bunch of bags, so then you're worried about it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but I mean, the therapies that need to be done are so silly and goofy that not many people think about them, because they go, I have an issue with this. How do I handle it?
Yeah.
Well, I can write it all down. I can say how I feel, because like, you go out and you buy the coolest coat you can find, and you buy it, and you get home and you write down exactly how you feel about the coat, right?
Oh yeah.
Exactly how you feel about it.
Right.
And watch what comes out.
Okay.
Like, this is a really great jacket, but is it really going to go with my clothes?
Yeah.
Is it really going to go with what I'm wearing on the normal?
Right.
Is it really what I need? Is it warm? Is it comfortable? Do I look good in it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you're in a store, you're looking at the clothes, and you're looking at the clothes, but you're also looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
I don't try anything on just for that reason.
Okay.
I don't look at myself in anything that I'm going to buy.
Okay.
Ever. I just kind of go, let's wing it.
Okay.
And unless it's something like I'm going to a store to absolutely, I have to get X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
I will, and I know I have to get it. That's the only time I might try it on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I may just walk away. I mean, it drives my husband crazy, because he'll go, why did you put all that stuff back? And I'm like, because I really don't need it. But it's that reaction. You need to think through things and go, well, okay, you know, it doesn't matter what the credit card limit is. It doesn't matter what the cash in your pocket is. Is it worth it?
Right.
Do I absolutely need it? Am I going to die if I don't have it? Well, if I go back next week and it's still there, and I really still like it, and I still really want it, and I can't get it off my mind, then you buy it.
Right. Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Makes it a little bit easier to, like, think about.
You know,
I mean,
when I had a situation where I was having to watch every penny when I was living in Southern California, I had to pay off traffic ticket. The camera light caught me running a stop sign. late at night. I was the only little ghost on the road,
of
nonetheless.
course.
And so I was already tight as it was. And I had to make out a list, a very carefully constructed list. And I had to make it an exercise of I go in, I get exactly what's on the list, nothing more, nothing less, you know. And I, I did that, and it was a good discipline.
Yeah,
It was a really good discipline
that you have to keep. You need to keep going at that level.
Yeah.
This is what I absolutely need.
Yeah.
Not what it's almost like it can be a pain in the neck for me because I live on disability. So what's left after my bills? Okay, but what's coming out of my bank account on top of that?
Yeah.
So it's like you always need to pay attention to the little items. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my mom said that Dad taught her that, take care of the nickels and dimes and the dollars will take care of themselves.
Exactly. And I mean, even like now, like if we go shopping or whatever, and wherever we're at, and I find like a pair of well, it happened over the summer, so I got a pair of capris, and I put them on when I got home, and they fit great.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the store like 2 days later, and the ones that I wanted as well, they were like $22 marked down to $5. So I got 3 pairs. I got 3 pairs of capris for 15 instead of 3 pairs of capris for 66.
That's awesome. I love bargain hunting. I really do.
It's almost like when you don't least expect it, it's there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And when you're trying to find something that you need, of course you're going to go, I want that now.
Yeah.
But you're not always going to get it.
Right on.
Yeah. A shopping addiction is as detrimental as alcohol addiction or a drug addiction.
It is. I mean, my house is a wreck right now because of it. That's a lot of it. A lot of the other part of it is grief. My mom will have been gone a year, October 10th.
Yeah.
And I had just gotten back from our road trip that I had to threaten life and limb to get.
Right.
But and so when I got back, I was all like, okay, burnout's gone. Let's do this. Yeah. And I was starting to clean up the messy room that I had created the mess when I painted the laundry room.
Right.
And I was just starting to clean up all the little piles that were around, and then Mom dies.
Right.
And the stuff is still sitting there. I did finally pack up her saxophone. A week before she died, she was still playing the saxophone at 95 and a half.
Oh my God.
I know. She was remarkable.
She sounds like it.
Yeah. And but yeah, everything else though is pretty much where it was the day she died. And so stuff's been piling on top of that. Now I've got a real mess.
Yeah. And I understand that. I mean, it's a grief mess. It is. The world stopped at one point.
Yes.
And it did a year ago.
It did. It absolutely did.
And the only small thing that you can do is to slowly go through it piece by piece.
Yeah.
And I mean, my mom, when she lost my father, life stopped like 9 years ago now. And so, I go over and we're dealing with, very small piles of paper. And she's like, "Oh, Mom, why are we keeping a receipt from February 20th of 2010? You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, why didn't you throw it away? I don't know. I must have kept it for a reason. What was the reason? It was a grocery store. What were we returning?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's that kind of a thing. And
Yeah.
it's literally like going through everything, and it's one memory on top of another memory on top of another memory.
Yeah.
And it could be a simple memory, like I laid this shirt here and then yesterday, but under that is something you put there 3 weeks ago. And then
Yeah.
something under there that you put there 3 months ago. And then somewhere along the line, it gets back to that day.
Yeah.
And that's what's the most hard, is most complicated part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like I want to just have somebody come in and take it all away.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Mm-mm.
You can't.
I've even
You
thought
have
about
to-
doing like a thing where I break up with my messy self, and I just throw all my shit on the lawn and say, "Come get your shit."
Yeah, exactly, right? Just
But
throw it
that's
away.
probably not the best approach, because the chickens will get into it and poop on stuff, and
Yeah, right, exactly.
anyway,
But
it's a whole
but
thing.
the way that there's a way that Heather put it, is when you're when you're in a mess, your brain is in a mess.
Mm-hmm.
When you're cleaning and straightening it and you see what comes after it,
Yeah.
you feel the relax of it.
Yeah.
So you're able to do that, and it's not going to be as big of a deal.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, I can't say you're going to go into a room and like go in like, you know, the white tornado, because it's going to be difficult. But if you start to separate, and instead of making piles, take in a trash bag and go, I don't want to deal with this right now, but this was Mom's, or this was 6 months ago, and I don't want to deal with it now.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this now. But if I put it all in a trash bag, and we can put it in the garage, and I can date the trash bag, or I can date a bin, or I can make it where it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're dealing with guilt by shopping.
Yeah.
The pain. So you're just adding on top of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Guess who's here?
Who's here?
Awakened by the looking glass reflection. What the heck?
Yay!
Y'all didn't tell me both ladies were going on. Dang it. Well, see, that's why you got to tune in, because you just never know who's going to show up.
Yeah, there's Misha.
Hey, Misha. Hey, girl. How you doing? That's what I'm talking about. Nice.
I love you, Misha.
So I don't know. Oh, let's see. Nervous wreck is how I'm doing. Yeah. Well, I'm very excited, and you know I'm going to be there.
We're all going to be there.
Rooting and cheering you on.
Oh, yeah. Crying with you and
all of it.
On to you.
All of it. Yeah.
That's what the boat's all about.
It is.
That's what we do.
Love you too so much. She says, love you, woman. I love you too.
I love you too.
So I don't know when you popped in, but I am finally starting to deal with my shopping addiction. It's as strong as my alcohol addiction, pretty much. And so yeah, that's.
You got any advice for Carol, Misha? What did she say?
She said, "Oh, LOL." I'm already grateful because I know you guys will be there for me 100%. We're here for you now. We'll be here for you then. We'll be here for you for always. So, yeah. So we're putting together strategies because you can't not shop. You do have to go. You have to take care of stuff. You know, you have if you have a house to take care of, you got to buy stuff to keep it fixed. And if you have fences, you got to buy stuff to keep them fixed. And if you have animals, you have feed to go get, which I actually have to go do after this. We can't run out of food for Billy Bob. Billy Bob's my cooney pig, and he is very serious about eating.
Oh.
Don't mess with his meals.
Oh, brother, here we go. We're in trouble now. Just don't go into Tractor Supply and buy a tractor and feed.
Right. Right.
Isn't that the way we're supposed to go, right?
Right.
I don't need a tractor, and I need a tractor, I need feed, I need jeans, I need a jacket, I need boots.
Yeah.
I want some new socks.
Yeah, Tractor Supply used to have some good clearances, but I've noticed that those are not as much as they used to be.
I guess that's another place I've never been.
Okay. Well, and if I go to somewhere else to get feed besides our local feed store, it's a place called Orshans, and it was just bought by somebody that starts with a B. And there's certain things that I like to get there. I like to get my chicken feed there because they have an all flock that's 18% protein, which is what Chick Starter is. And I always have baby chicks coming now because I've had, I let my chickens free range. And out here in the hills of Arkansas, where there's woods all around, it's a really fine line between free range and free lunch. And some of my favorites have been somebody's lunch. And I know it hurts.
The life of a farmer.
Yep. So I'm gonna catch this up on the chat here. Let's see. LOLs, I live in a giant game of Tetris right now. I blame the husband. That is one of the best perks of being married. Somebody to blame stuff on. I mean, that's a perk, man. That's a perk. How my fur babies are. This is how my fur babies are. Yes. Hey, Lifeboat has socks and merch. Yes. Nice. So we have socks at the Lifeboat.
Oh God! Now you're gonna go on the Lifeboat and go mad shopping on the Lifeboat. I can see this now.
Well, now with socks though, I have these really I have my dad's sensitive skin, and if there's a toe seam that sticks out.
Oh God, I hate those.
Yeah, I can't do them because it'll give me blisters. So. If they have toe seams, I can't get them. It makes it pretty easy.
Well, hey, we're just gonna have to talk to Tommy about getting toe seamless socks.
Yeah.
That might be a plan.
Yeah.
Another thing we can put on the Lifeboat.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm sure that there's all kinds of, we've stirred up all kinds of things in our body with the things we did to it, and so not all of us are going to be able to wear socks with seams, and that's just that.
Exactly. One of those wonderful things.
Okay, catching up here. Me too. They have to be lined perfectly, all over fit, or I'm throwing a fit. All over fit, or she's throwing a fit. Autism creates ugly thoughts on tags and seams. I should go ahead, now that they're better at diagnosing adults, I should go ahead and get the diagnosis because I already know it's there, Mm-hmm.
Is that something that scares you? Is that why you've been putting it off?
No, I just don't want to go through a whole rigmarole and them tell me, something that doesn't make sense to me. I guess that's my fear. But I did have in my mid to 36, 37 range, I was diagnosed with a learning disability,
Oh, okay.
which explained why school was such a trauma.
Right, exactly, and it can be.
Yeah. And especially in
I mean,
I went to school in the 70s and early 80s, so they
right.
didn't have the tools.
Well, I mean, I graduated at 88, and they didn't have all the answers then either, so don't be too upset.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just the way it was. Like, I didn't do well in algebra, so they put me in business math.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was easier.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the time,
it
was more like,
I think that happened to me too at one point. Yeah, because algebra was just, it was going to be a struggle no matter what.
Yeah, it's always going to be a struggle, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you just basically have to just deal with it and go, well, you know what? I don't need to know that anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people besides physicists use algebra anymore? It's not like you're going to do an algebraic equation to see how much money's in your bank account.
Right. Yeah, as long as you can do that stuff, yeah, you're good to go.
As long as you can add and subtract, you're okay.
That's it. And
that's the way it goes.
The latest chat is, this is a first step. You can check it out and save a trip or start initiating the process.
Yep, exactly.
I'm not really following that, but do you know what she means?
This is the first step.
Oh, okay.
Initiating the process.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah. Now I'm tracking with you.
This is the information.
Yeah.
That I can help with getting to a process where you're going to be able to go, I can't do this, I can't do that, da 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 da.
Yeah.
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 And that's what's important. You just got to get through it.
And my husband is Frugal McDougal. He is, and he takes his checkbook with him, and when we go grocery shopping, he will not move. He'll get his cart out of the way, but he will not move out of that store until he has written it down. He's a real OCD about it, and
right. Exactly.
And he's married to me, Mrs. Spend a Lot.
Well,
I don't. I'm a bargain hunter, but still, and he's been very patient with me. He really has, but it's time to stop relying on that. It's time to stop calling on it.
Well, there's going to be a moment when you're going to go, I need to get X, Y, and Z, and it might not be there. True. You know what I mean? You always have to figure out, like, especially with this day and age. I mean, they're talking about government shutdown and all this stuff with SNAP and with payments, and people can't live like, I'm sorry, I'm not a senator, I'm not a congressman, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not making $1 zillion a day just to try to vote in X, Y, or Z because I think it's right and or wrong. There's people in this world and in this country that need the stability to know my check's going to come or my food benefits are going to come because I need to eat this month. Yeah.
No choice about it. Gotta eat.
Like, and these are things that are real.
Yes.
And they're things that a lot of people don't think about anymore.
And hello, why would you not think about that?
You wouldn't think about it though, because the way that society is right now, and it's almost like, well, it's easier to say we're going to shut down the government than, and make people scared that they're going to lose their homes, they're not going to be able to eat. Yeah. So let me just throw the fear of God into them.
Yeah.
Basically. And you can't do that. No. You can't do it anymore. And that's what's so haywire, because even what you're paying for your food that you used to pay a year ago is now tripled in price.
Right.
So it's not fair,
No, it's not.
It's the same.
It's not.
The same with It's the same with shopping online. I mean, when you needed, like, if you needed to buy Excedrin and it was at Amazon because you couldn't get to grocery store, or you couldn't get to store to pick it up for whatever the reason. I mean, you're paying on what's on Amazon. It's going to be $25 for a bottle, but if I walk into Rite Aid, it's going to be 10.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So they're handicapping people that are not able to leave their homes.
Mm-mm.
Think
That's
about
wrong.
it like that. You
That's
know.
wrong.
And even Walmart's crazy too.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You know.
So we got more chat coming in here. This is the first step. You can check it out, save a trip, or start initiating the process. Link above. I never spend more than 50% at the dollar store. I am talented. I would say you are. Definitely. That is a talent. We are out of food right now. The struggle is real. They had to set us up all up to fail. Yeah. You know, I nearly had a panic attack the other day. I don't know, about a month or two ago, when I'm watching the cupboards get barer and barer, and the fridge getting sparser and sparser, and realizing I'm going to have to go out and fix that. And I literally felt panic right here at my throat.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, full of hope.
Hi, Hope. Hi.
Nice to see you. Guess who? Quietgirl, Karen.
It's me. Hi.
Paula. Yes. So, well.
What a beautiful day.
It has been. It feels like summer here. Full
We're
on
not
summer.
that until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in the 60s.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it got up to 88 today. That was what the high was supposed to be.
Well, you live down south. I'm in the cold north.
Yes.
Wearing sweatshirts and t-shirts and sweatpants.
Yeah.
Or as Misha would call it, my usual work clothes.
Yeah. So do you guys, is it just cold until spring, or do you guys get breaks in the cold?
No, we get breaks.
Okay.
Last winter, the coldest day was Christmas degrees outside.
47 Fahrenheit here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is Celsius. That sounds hot though.
47 what?
47 Fahrenheit.
That's 47 degrees.
That's okay. It's not Celsius. Oh, crap in a cracker. Really?
Where is she?
Dang, 13 Celsius. Okay, now I'm with you. Woo, where? Oh, well, you don't have to tell us, but anyway.
What? Who is it?
It's Paula. Full of hope.
She's over in Northern Ireland.
Okay, 47 Fahrenheit, 13 Celsius. Woo. I thought that can't be right. That has to be, my brain was doing the gymnastics trying to put it together, but 94 degrees here. Woo! Yeah, you beat us. Awaken.
Oh, it's 94 in Oklahoma? Oh.
You're in Oklahoma. I'm in Arkansas. That's amazing. I'm in the northwest corner of Arkansas.
And she's in Oklahoma. It's Shawnee.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? My mama's best friend was from Shawnee. Sure enough. Look at that. Would you look at that?
I know, right?
Small world.
Don't you just love how I know where everybody is?
Yeah, I do love that. I absolutely do love that.
Yeah. Paula's in Northern Ireland in County Armagh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Which is way cool.
Brad Pitt is from Shawnee too, and I think I knew that, but I had forgotten that. Brad Pitt is from Shawnee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been to Shawnee many times. taking Mama to see her friend.
Oh boy.
It'd be interesting if she knew her.
Right.
Did
Exactly,
you ever
right.
know Dawn and Corky Petrie? I wonder. She used to have a little bar restaurant thing. South there in Tecumseh. Okay. So, Tecumseh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Dawn and Corky Petrie. There's actually, I think there's a road named after the Petries there.
Ask her the name of the bar. Tell her the name of the bar.
I don't remember. And if
Oh.
yeah.
Carol, what are you doing to me over here?
I know. But yeah, it was way back in the day. Way back in the day. Yeah. And I think I want to say she married Dawn in the early 70s, and she was a single lady running that bar when they met.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I would have loved to have done, is be my own bar owner.
Yeah.
If my dad kept his bar, I would have inherited it, and that would have been awesome for me. I love that. But I love what I do now. I love what I do now just as much as what I did before.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing is I can't dance around and go like this.
Yeah, you can. You just did.
Right, but I can't do it to like a whole bar room of people.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Of course, I weigh about 100 pounds more now, but whatever.
Whatever.
That's for a whole other show.
We have a lot of roads named like trees and after families here. Yeah. Yeah. I think the same thing here in Arkansas. My mom had a couple of ceramic shops here in the 80s, 90s. I so wish Karen had her bar, I'd say. Yeah. Used to 10 beer deep in the country. Visualize Karen just now. Yeah. She just visualized it.
Me working deep in the country in a bar?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, those
out of the way spots, they can be pretty interesting. Those places you got to know where you're going to get to.
Well, I think Mrs. idea would be to put me in the country in a bar and like charge people,
Hell yeah.
Lots of advice. Lots and lots of advice.
Okay, so Awaken must bid us adieu, and got to get my costume ready. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I feel like I've had a meeting. So
Tommy's on the phone.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and close the meeting, I think. Oh, Tommy's on the phone.
Good.
See you in just a little bit, Awakened. Could make a popcorn and charge entry. Heck yes.
She's done
about ya. Hey Karen, how about ya? Or about ya? Much love to you too, Michelle. Looking forward to later on. What is an hour and a half or so? Somewhere in there?
No.
Yeah. We'll be there. With bells and love on. Misha's going to be on Tommy's on the boat.
Got you. He's got me. No.
Awakened by the Looking Glasses reflection. Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. He's gonna be okay. I told her that you were going to get a hold of her a half hour before the show starts. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't need to worry about it. Gonna be all right.
Anyway, I don't know. Do you guys? I feel like I've had a meeting. I hope you guys do too.
The thumbnail that Steve made.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I got mine right over here somewhere. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you need her, Tommy, just call
I
her
did
number.
too. I did
All
too,
right.
Misha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty vulnerable, and I wasn't sure if I had the guts to come on and admit this, but I'm glad I did.
Carol.
Karen. So
Hey,
I feel
sorry.
like I've had a meeting, so I thought we'd close. I always close with a moment of silence for the person that's still suffering and the ones we've loved and lost, and then followed by the serenity prayer.
Yeah, I'm good.
Grant me
The
the serenity to accept the things I cannot
Things I
change,
cannot change.
courage to change the things I can,
Things I can.
and wisdom to know the
Wisdom
difference.
to know the difference.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, you guys, so much. I'll see you on the boat.
See ya.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
No problem. I'm sorry about that. That was Tommy.
That's okay. All right, y'all. Peace. Well, that was